Alright, I'm back with my next installment of the Greek city-states campaign. Let's go ahead and fight this battle. Looks like I have some pretty overwhelming odds against me as far as numbers are concerned. So, let's see how I do. See if I can test my knowledge of the AI. Which I know one pretty good way to beat them. I'll probably just corner camp if I need to. I'll go ahead and try and face the Macedonians head on so that I can be a bit more honorable, even though I don't need to since I'm not playing against the human component.
Now lads, time to be about our business.
So let's start the deployment. I already have a pretty nice position here up on the hill, and since my hoplites are such high quality, I'm going to spread them into thin lines. However, I need to be careful because that would make them vulnerable to breaking under a cavalry attack from the rear. My cavalry I'm going to have to be very careful with because they are very weak compared to the Macedonian cavalry that they will be facing. Even the Macedonian light lancers could be trouble for my militia cavalry in a melee fight. Especially since the Lancers have terrible stats, but one of their good stats is they actually have the same charge bonus, I believe, as companion cavalry. So they can be used quite well as in the charge, but you have to get them out of a fight very quickly because their melee stats are terrible. So as you can see, the Macedonians definitely have a numerically superior army, and I would even, yeah, they have a numerically superior army. My hoplites, though, are much higher quality than anything that they've brought to this fight, and the Macedonians will also be fighting uphill, which will definitely be to my favor. I'm going to use my cavalry as a distraction, mainly, in an attempt to keep the Macedonian cavalry busy. Now, I want to go ahead and get these Macedonians engaged here. I don't want them to be able to flank me, which is what they should be doing. As I said, when you don't play against a human opponent, you come not to expect much here. I'm going to take my hoplites out of guard mode because I want them to push down through the poor quality Macedonian phalanxes. I'm now using my militia cav to cause some casualties to the enemy cavalry, and I have my militia cav on skirmish. Uh-oh, yeah, here's what I'm worried about, hammer and anvil. Fortunately, the Macedonian infantry routed upon impact, or else I could have been in some real trouble there. So it's a good thing my hoplites were such high quality, because they just saved me right there. So as you can see, my armored hoplites made extremely quick and short work of the enemy phalanx, especially since they were out of guard mode. But the Macedonians are going to regroup for another attack, I'm sure. Let's see what my cavalry is up to. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to talk and do things. I'm not the best multitasker. So here, those light lancers just made a suicide charge. My line is in a bit of disarray, and for some reason those armored hoplites are even facing their opponents, which isn't really the best idea. I'm going to go ahead and attack those light lancers in melee because my men are on a roll. They've been routing a lot of enemies, and sometimes when you get to routing people, you can just keep routing them. Alright, so now I got a little bit beat up in that armored hoplite unit because for some reason they were out of formation and being stupid. Don't really understand it. One thing you want to do on campaign is, if you have the opportunity, you want to chase down the enemy's routing units and destroy them, because that means that if you don't destroy them, they can just send them back to their city, retrain their whole army basically in 1 or 2 turns, and then be right back at your doorstep. And that's not something that you want to happen. So if you'll notice, I'm going to be trying to mop up as much of the enemy as is feasible, because I don't want the Macedonians turning right back around and coming after me on the next turn. Now, this is a bit dangerous. I'm actually going to harass this unit of General's Bodyguard. I definitely don't want to take them straight up in melee combat, because they have 2 hit points and a lot better stats than me. Alright, let's move my hoplites down the hill here. Slaughter what's left of those phalanx units. here I'm just trying to keep that general's bodyguard unit away from my infantry, and I think that I'll be successful at that. That unit of hoplites isn't in phalanx. Neither is that one. Yeah, so I've made a number of mistakes here, mainly because I can. Here's enemy cavalry trying to drive in some hammer and anvil on me. But that's another general's bodyguard unit. That's the last time he'll come behind my troops.
His men know their doom approaches.
Of course, that unit of armored hoplites might rout now. They've gotten hit hard in the
The
back.
enemy general flees. Press forward so that the spirit of his army is a broken
Now I'm
tool.
going to send my militia cavalry to try and hunt down that Macedonian family member. So you can see the AI is terribly predictable, and even with me not doing the best job managing my troops, I've managed to put a whole world of hurt on the Macedonians here. I'm going to go ahead and end my recording here so that I'll have a little more time to do some more on the campaign map. So as you can see, that was a massive victory for me, and a massive blow to the Macedonians. However, I'm sure that they'll send some other horde of low-quality rabble at me sometime soon. So let's not count them out of the picture yet.
Victory!
Not to mention, I don't really feel like occupying all of Macedonia. Well, I've taken Corinth. I'm going to go ahead and exterminate the populace to get the money, and to make it easier to control them. And here we have another battle starting, which is going to be me defending Pergamum against the armies of Pontus. So here we go. Let's get started on that. And it looks like I'm going to end up uploading 3 videos of the Greek city-states campaign today. Yeah, I love these little quotes going into all the battles. Some of them are really good. I'll let you read that there, see what you think. They always have good stuff, though. And they also have it in Empire. They had some pretty funny ones. One of the funny ones in Empire Total War, for those of you who don't have it, it was in the Warpath campaign. There was, I don't remember, one of the, it's a quote from one of the Indian chiefs or something that said, before the white man came, we had no taxes, no debt, and the women did all the work. And he's like, why would you want to change something like that? Thought that was pretty funny. In any case, let's get my hoplites lined up here. Now, let's take a look at what Pontus has. They have 4, what do you call it? Can't think of it. Battering ram. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. They have 4 battering rams, or siege rams, whatever you want to call it. And basically just a crap load of terrible infantry. Not that my infantry is very good either. So I'm going to stick my, I have 6 units of hoplites. Generally, the strategy I'm going to use here works best when you have 2 units of hoplites per ram that your opponent brings, but this will be alright. So here, what I do is I just put hoplites in a V formation on my main entrance, because I assume that's where they're going to focus most of their energy. The computer generally does that, not always. And I'm going to put those hoplites there, where that other ram is aimed. And over here, I'm going to block the way with more hoplites. And I'm going to leave all my hoplites on guard mode for this particular task. I'm not exactly sure where that last ram is going to end up. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'll put this unit of hoplites here as a reserve. And then I'm assuming that last ram is going to come somewhere over here, so I'm going to go ahead and line these hoplites up here. However, this ram has a pretty good chance of being burned, because it's going to pass several of my towers. Now I'm running out of time on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off, and I'll catch this battle in the next video, and we'll see how my little strategy here is going to work out.